Hi guys, welcome to my presentation. Myself Ajinsha. As you can see on the screen, today my presentation is about equilibrium and springs. Equilibrium. Definition. Equilibrium is defined as a state of rest where there is no change. In other words, if a linear and angular acceleration of a body are zero, the body is said to be in equilibrium. Equilibrium is related with Newton's first law, that is law of inertia. Law of inertia states that an object will remain at rest or uniform motion unless an unbalanced net force acts on it. Types of equilibrium. With respect to the state of the body, equilibrium may be divided into two categories: static equilibrium and dynamic equilibrium. Static equilibrium: if the combined effort of all the forces acting on a body is zero and then the body is in state of rest, then its equilibrium is termed as static equilibrium. For example, all stationary bodies. Dynamic equilibrium: when a body is in state of uniform motion and the resultant of all the force acting upon it is zero, then it is said to be dynamic equilibrium. For example, jump by using parachute. States of equilibrium. There are three states of equilibrium: stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, and neutral equilibrium. Stable equilibrium. A body is said to be in stable equilibrium if it comes back to its original position when it is slightly displaced. When a body which is in stable equilibrium is disturbed, its center of gravity is raised. Unstable equilibrium. A body is said to be in unstable equilibrium if it does not come back to its original position when it is slightly displaced. When a body which is unstable equilibrium is disturbed, its center of gravity is lowered. Neutral equilibrium. If a body is placed in such state that if it is displaced, then neither it topples over nor does it come back to its original position, then such state is called neutral equilibrium. When a body is in neutral equilibrium is disturbed, its center of gravity is neither raised nor lowered, but it remains at the same height. Now we can see about springs. Definition. Springs are elastic bodies that can be twisted, pulled, or stretched by some force and return to their original shape when the force is released. Extensibility of spring. A spring can be elongated by a force applied at one end in the direction of its long axis, the other end is being fixed. The increase in length is directly proportional to the magnitude of the force. Weight of spring. Weight of spring is determined by the material used in wire, thickness of wire, diameter of the coil. Recoil of spring. When the applied force is removed, the spring will return to its original length. Potential energy is stored during extension. Kinetic energy is released when the spring returns to its original length. Springs in series. Springs are said to be in series when they are connected from end to end or point to point. The weight of two equal springs arranged in series is same as that of a single spring, but the amount of force applied is different. Springs in parallel. Springs are said to be in parallel when they are connected side by side. Here, the force applied to both the springs are same. Thank you all for listening to my presentation.